going to rant and you're going to deal with it because you're here. You see, the world is broken. Asia and I have been discussing having children, and we're going through the motions and we're doing everything that we can do to have children. It's going to be a goal of 2017 to conceive and successfully give birth to children. But I fear for the world. You see, the world itself is broken, and I've been trying to narrow down why, trying to figure out exactly what happened. And as best I can tell, the world is broken because children are having children. You've got 16-year-old girls who are pregnant with their third child, and they're stair-step kids by three different people. And they're trying to teach these young kids how to be adults when them themselves are not adults. How can you teach somebody to be responsible when you still live with your parents? How can you teach somebody to be responsible when nobody taught you how to be responsible? We're more concerned about Facebook likes and Instagram followers and who's following my Snapchat than we are what's actually going on in the world. That's a problem for me. Children these days are all entitled and they all demand to have their voice be heard, but none of them have anything to say. My Instagram feed was filled with pictures of disgusting looking food. And if it's not disgusting food, it's some funny looking kid taking a bite out of the food. Or it's a picture of three or four women with their butts poked out and they're just, squad goals. Don't try to talk to me though because my block game is too strong. These are the same women who are end up side chicks or alone for the holidays, and they try to explain that they are independent women who don't need no man, when the truth of the matter is everybody needs somebody. The world is just broken. In a world where a woman could put on a wig and fake eyelashes and contact lenses and a pound of foundation and contour it and style it to a point to make her lips look fuller or her nose look smaller, wear a push-up bra to make her boobs look bigger, wear a clencher to make her waist look smaller, get butt implants to make her butt look bigger, wear high heels to accentuate curves, then they want a real man. Look, speaking as a man, I couldn't give a shit less about your fake eyelashes. I don't understand why women do that. They get all fancied up and prettied up, and then they go out to the clubs and they have guys buy them a drink, and they get mad when all the guy want to do is look at their titties or try to take them home. It's like, if you want me to respect you as a person and take you seriously for the thoughts you have in your head, why don't you post videos of you reading a damn book? But of course, those won't get as many hits on Instagram. Some girl in no makeup reading a book, and nobody 6 likes. But I bet you if that same girl poked her ass out for Instagram and did a twerk video, 20,000 likes. See, people are equating these likes on social media as status symbols, like they make you somebody important, like you're special. So many of these girls are Instagram models, so they get all done up and they just sit around their house, butt poked out, trying to look good because they're trying to attract attention, but they don't like the attention they're getting because no one takes you seriously as a person. You're a girl with your ass poked out. Of course you're a sex object to me. Of course the only reason I'm here is to see how far you can lean over and show me your cleavage without actually showing me your titties, because that would be not a copyright violation. That would be some sort of terms of service thing. And women get bent out of shape when you tell them that that's all they're good for. They want a man who wants to do this and can take them here and can do that. There's a video. Oh my goodness, it's gonna bother me. I think it's a BuzzFeed video. It's like it's speed dating, and there's a girl and she's sitting there, and a guy sits down. He's an average guy. She's like, "So, how much do you make a year?" And the guy says, "Well, actually, I'm between jobs." So she's next. And then another dude comes and he sits down, and she's like, "Hey, what kind of car do you drive?" And he names a car, but it's not like a newer car or an expensive car. So she's like, "Next." So next guy sits down and she's like, "Well, how many kids do you have?" He's like, "Oh, I've got two kids. They're by the same woman, and she's cool. I take care of them." She's like, "Oh no, you got kids." Next. So then a brother in a suit sits down and he's like, "So where do you work?" And she goes, So he's like, "Next." And that's the whole point, is that women think that being pretty is enough to get them in the game. And if you want to be a side chick, of course it is. But if you want to be somebody's wife, you got to learn how to cook, clean. Dare I say, learn to suck a dick. Have something that you can do to bring to the table for a man who would want to be bothered with you. You got all these high expectations. He got to have a good car. He got to have a good job. He can't have no kids. He got to have money. He got to want to take you out. He got to know how to turn up. But you don't deserve him. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring that could make this a fulfilling relationship? Absolutely nothing. So when you get knocked up by some loser who already got a couple of kids somewhere else and he don't want to help you take care of your baby, you want to blame all men. And once again, we come back to the problem that there are these young girls out here having kids. There's no reason for you to be in your mid-20s with 5 or 6 kids. I'm not going to call nobody out, but my wife's got an auntie who's got 7 kids. Granted, I believe most of them are by the same guy, but that's not the point. She's younger than I am, and she's got 7 kids. She's got grandkids, for God's fucking sake. Really? But this is what the world is coming to. I believe she's got a 16-year-old that's got 2 kids. And nobody sees a problem with this. They on Instagram talking about all the money they got and the things they want to do and how they'll fight any bitch and how they go here and turn up and they want to go out and buy the latest shoes, but their kids is hungry. Or they on some kind of government assistance. Look, don't get me wrong. I have many a times have fallen on hard times and needed to get some government assistance. I would get cash aid because Kari was in therapy and, it required me to be at home more often. There were times I would get food stamps. Look, ain't nothing wrong with getting food stamps. Everybody got to eat. But when you get Section 8 housing and you live there until your kids grow up and then the kids move out and then they get government assistance, and if the goal is to have more children so you can get more money from aid, you can't be on aid. Like, something's just fundamentally wrong with the world. We need to do something. And honestly, frankly, I'm concerned about bringing children into the world. I am. Not because I feel like they'll grow up irresponsibly. I don't think my kids will be 16 and have kids. I don't think that's a thing. Kari's living proof. I raised him virtually by myself from age 0 to even age 15 or 16. That was just me and him. I have no fear that he's going to grow up and, do anything wrong because he turned out well. I'm not worried about my children having other children. I'm concerned about the kind of people they'll be around. I'll teach my kids to be responsible. They'll be good girls. Or boys. They can have social media, and my daughter won't have to have her butt poked out to get attention. Won't nobody be trying to slide into her DM because she won't have no interest in that. She'll be a girl who is committed to doing the things that she wants to do. Now, of course, she's going to get older and she's going to want like the latest clothes or she's going to want to dress a certain way. But if I've done my job right, she'll be like, well, I don't need to have my ass poked out to be liked. I don't have to do those things to get attention. I can just have a good personality and be smart. My sister-in-law is probably the perfect example of that. Micah is very much a girl. She worries about her hair and she does her nails and she wears clothes to be cute. She's not thinking about boys. And if she is thinking about boys, she's not letting it distract her from finishing school. Don't get me started on the public education system. That's a whole different story. But Micah is the prime example of you can be in today's society and still dress modestly and still be a pretty girl. Micah is a beautiful girl. just young and pretty, just 17 years old, got her head on straight. She's worried about college. It's like these are the kind of things you need to be thinking about. Think about your future. Let's move forward. What are we going to do with our lives? Not, man, I got to put out this new twerk video so that guy in my 5th hour class can check me out. That's ridiculous. What happened to the world? That we put so much emphasis on social media, so much emphasis on attention, negative attention at that. I see these girls, and look, I'm a guy, so I look at big booties on social media. I'm a guy, of course I do. But I don't take none of them seriously. I don't look at them and go, I bet you she's got her college degree in administrative arts. No, I don't, because she doesn't. She's not working her way through school with the money she's getting. She's popping bottles and, oh, look at me, turn up, turn up. I fear for the world. I fear for the world. I really do. Something needs to change where every song is designed to whip and nay, or every song is designed for a girl to shake her ass. There are even songs called Shake Your Ass Bitch. And we're just okay with that. We're teaching these women that they have to be a certain size to be pretty, but then you get these big girls who be like, well, I'm pretty even though I'm 400 pounds. There has to be a comfortable middle. Look, my daughters, I hope they have enough sense. They'll have the benefit of both their parents because I'm not the divorce type. Asia and I will be together to the day we both die. That's absolutely clear. And we will raise our children. Woo, almost dropped you there. We will raise our children to have more respect for themselves and respect for their parents and respect for others. My daughter will never think about shaking her ass on Instagram or, oh, hit me on my Snapchat if y'all want to holler at me. It's not going to be none of that. My daughter will have a cell phone, because I think it's important to be able to keep in touch with them. But she won't be laying in the bed at 3 o'clock in the morning talking to some little stank ass boy because she'll know better. She'll have her priorities in order. I think that's important. I could babble about this all night, but clearly the world has some issues that aren't going to be solved overnight. Social media is only going to get bigger. They're going to worry about more followers on Facebook and Twitter. Vine's on the way out, so they're going to have some new platform where they can express themselves for 7 seconds at a time because that's just how low their attention spans are. That's just the way of the world, and I get it. But my children will be different. My children will have the benefit of both parents. My children will have the benefit of having adult parents who will teach them responsibility and courtesy and respect. They'll know that you can have a difference of opinion and just agree to disagree. They won't be looking for safe spaces. They won't be looking to join your cause, to further the movement. They will be able to respectfully disagree with you and still hold their stance. I won't teach my children what they need to believe or where they need to go every Sunday, but if that's where it leads them, I'm fine with it. I will not impose my values on my children except for responsibility because, come on, just the sense of good and bad, right or wrong. These things are universal. Don't hurt people. Treat people nice. Be respectful to everybody. That's the prime directive. I'm not gonna interfere with what you're doing. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna let you grow into whatever you gonna do naturally. I think that's important. Look, I've babbled for far too long on a subject that has always irritated me. I just think that the world needs to get its shit together. And I see no sign of it doing that anytime soon. I really don't. And I don't want to say I fear for my children being in the world. I don't. Because my daughters or my sons or one of each, whichever we find ourselves with, as long as it's healthy and happy, I don't mind. Our children will be one step ahead of the game because come on, man. Like, I'm a clever bastard. Like, and Asia, I might not always give her the credit she deserves, but Asia is smart and witty and clever and quick. Like, that's, I couldn't think of a better person to have kids with. If I had to go out and build a wife or build a potential mother figure from the ground up, she would look like and be Asia. She is just, that's everything a woman should be. And our children will have so much love and will be surrounded by so much family. She'll have aunts and uncles that love her. She'll have cousins that love her. She'll have a brother that loves her. She'll have grandparents. You know, like Sharice, Asia's old boss, is still waiting for us to have kids so she could be a Nina. Like, our child will be surrounded with so much love. She won't have to, or he won't have time to worry about social media accounts. Honestly, I take that back because my kid's gonna have a Facebook, and it's like here 87 new pictures of my kid. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those parents. Here's a video of my kid doing something cute. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
Metro Control, guard 32, facility break.
All right, I've babbled long enough. Sometimes I forget I'm at work. I actually have to go out here and do some work, so I should go. But the world is definitely broken, and I think my kids just might be the one to turn things around. Maybe they'll lead by example. You know, maybe other kids their age will see them and go, "Wow, that's pretty cool." But realistically, what's going to happen is that my kids are going to be labeled dorks or nerds or lame because they don't want to turn up and they ain't tried weed, and you know, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't wear a whole bunch of makeup. It's like my daughters will be lucky to get a lip gloss. All right, I know how to raise a kid without sheltering them. I know how to bring up somebody but still let them be their own person. The trick is to teach them to be a better person, so all of this other unnecessary bullshit that's happening won't really appeal to them. But I digress. I'm done.